10th of January, 2025, Friday. US session is about to open. I have been filled on my gold short that I was planning for some days, and eventually I had moved my entry to 84.96, so 85 essentially. Expecting a retrace here. Looking at the daily outlook and even weekly outlook, we are reaching some level of resistance here, and I do believe that there's a good chance we move back lower here. We did have an FB earlier today, and the initial reaction was bearish, but I guess there's a lot of trapped shorts here, and the market is trying to squeeze them out. I have decided to go for a bit under 0.5% risk on this swing trade. I'll give it a chance to reverse here. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Of note is that I was also planning on entering on the breakout or breakdown of this particular 15-minute candle. I talked about it in the EU session. But then again, I was in the same situation as earlier, where I would have been triggered long while having a short order here. And I just decided this time around I would just let the order fill if it were to fill. And it did. Now, of course, it went above, and I would be in profit had I took a long position here. But that's fine. This was the decision that was made, and I'm going to live with it. Turning my attention to the indices, I will be looking at the second 5-minute candle in the Dow to start with, and then the second 15-minute bar in the DAX, and perhaps some trades in the Nasdaq and SPX a bit later, but I'll talk about them then. So yeah, I'll wait for the second 5-minute bar in the Dow, and I'll bring you back then. Bringing you back here just to show you what happened with the trade I left open earlier. I forgot about it. So I did get stopped out. It respected this trend line for a while, and then it just broke below it and stopped me out. That's fine. Looking at the NFP reaction, I would have gotten stopped out anyway. So yeah, maybe not the wisest idea to go for my normal trade before NFP, but then at the same time, I've seen my strategies work pre-important news as well, so there wasn't really a reason to not go for it. I would say it's just a bit unfortunate how I've decided to follow this entry in the morning and close my sell order at that point. And now I've decided not to follow this, but place my sell order, and both times it does look like it's the wrong decision, but still, there is some way to go until we're stopped out. And if we are, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I'll bring you back for the second 5-minute bar in the Dow. Second 5-minute bar is almost completed. It is quite a large bar, however, so this is going to probably require, it's a 120 point bar, which is kind of a lot. I'm going to go lower sizing here because of that. So it's 66, gonna go to 59, giving it a bit of extra cushion here. Sell below, buy above. again giving it a bit of extra cushion. Gold is attempting to return in our favor, so let's hope that continues. But our long would have worked. Almost 10 points would be available. And for gold, on a normal intraday trade, I usually target around 7 points, so I'm certain we would have hit DP here. So could have actually played for both, but it's just a bit awkward for me to be long and short at the same time in the same ticker. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for a fill here and bring you back. So even with the extra cushion, we just got basically just tagged in. Without price even going below our entry. It's just kind of not what you want to see. And also our stop is bigger than I want it to be. So I kind of need to take a bit off, but yeah, a bit unfortunate here. I guess I'm just going to leave it, even if it's a bit bigger than our value risked per trade. We've also had a lot of trades where we've been way below it, so I think this is fine. And I'm just going to target like 150 points here. And 150 points isn't even a 1-to-R on R&R, so that's not great actually. So I'm gonna go to the lows here, to this recent swing low, and hopefully we hit it. But generally for this particular trade, which is the second 5-minute bar, and I mean break of the second 5-minute bar in the Dow, you kind of want it to go in your favor quite quickly. But let's see, there's a chance here. I mean, this kind of looks like the perfect bear flag. Not that I really trade bear flags or bull flags, but gold is still undecided. Went back up, now back down. On the 5-minute, it looks quite appealing right now, but we'll see. My next entry will be a break of the second 15-minute bar in the DAX. So I'm going to wait for that now while I monitor this entry. Isn't looking great so far, but there you go. I've been quite fortunate with my entries in the past few days and this week especially. So if today is the day where nothing works, that's fine too. I'll still execute my trades and manage risk. And I'll bring you back. Considering going aggressive here for the gold trade, but now it's not in profit anymore. And I do not add to losing positions, but if we go below my entry again, I might add and then just bring the stops to both right above this high, as if if this height holds, then I can just double my position. And if it goes all the way back here, I'm probably wrong, but didn't manage to add, so there's no point in moving the stop yet. Let's see, I'm hoping that this bounce here doesn't last and the sellers here are serious. Let's see. We did go below here now, but we're double bottoming with this candle. That was the candle right after NFP. So we really need to break below this for this trade to have legs. Second 15-minute bar in the DAX is kind of getting large as well. It's still okay, but if we go over 50, 60 points, it's starting to be a bit difficult to enter off of. Let's see. This looks very tempting to long here for a lot of traders, I would imagine. It's the bottom of London session, it's the bottom of NFP, and you've just rated that on all the indices, just rated those lows. So there's going to be some traders going long here, hoping for a bounce up back to previous day low, basically where our stop is. So that's what's happening now. My hope now, of course, is that it's not me getting trapped, but it's the buyers getting trapped. Yeah, I'll pause you again and we'll see. I will be moving my stop loss a bit lower here, because now if we break this, the top of this actually, was my stop wrong? My stop should have been like here from the get-go. How did I mess that up? Yeah, so my sizing was right, my stop was wrong. I wanted to place the stop above the second 5-minute candle, but I somehow put it above the first one. That was stupid. Okay. Because I was gonna lower it to the second bar, and then I realized that it should have been above the second bar all along. Weird. Okay. So it's perfect. It's well within our 0.5% risk per trade. Problem is, I'm not really seeing the strength I want to see to break down here. Of course, it can just happen at any time, but it's kind of starting to feel like maybe it won't happen. But I think this is definitely a level we can reach today. Just need to do a proper push now. To think about the case for longs here. I mean, if you're long here, do you really like this price action? Because if you're long, you kind of want the reaction to be much faster than this. And much stronger. I mean, at least I'm in profit. It's only like 30 points on a day with a lot of volatility. So 30 points really doesn't mean anything. But still, And there we go. That was nice. Okay. See, this is what I mean. It can happen at any point. So now I just want to see the dump follow through. Did we have some extra news come out that I missed somehow? This is a bit... Let me just check. I have Michigan consumer sentiment, and Michigan 1-year inflation expectations. But like this isn't really a catalyst, is it? I'm just thinking if I should I'm gonna follow this entry as well. Yeah, and we're triggered. Stop above it. So we're kind of looking towards a proper dump here now in the indices. I'm actually just going to manually close the Dow here. And the reason being that it's probably a bit more volatile than I want it to be, and I'm comfortable with to have two short positions on two different indices here. So I'll just close the Dow for a nice 0.6% win. Oops. And I'll let the DAX run, because I think they'll be quite correlated now, so if this dumps, it's fine. Also looking at gold here, I will be letting this run. Actually just debating if I should add if we go below, because we did just go below and I missed my opportunity, but now we're pushing back up. We need to clear this bar here. And once we do, I'm quite confident that we will hit this target. Could easily go all the way up to... Yeah, actually I'll be a bit more ambitious here. Now that I've closed this, and this would have hit, but that's fine. I just want to take some risk off, and I'll let this run in its place. Now, of course, we're flushing below here, and we're gonna touch previous day low, and this is always a place where some buyers are stepping in. But now I do believe that there are quite a lot of longs trapped around this area, and hopefully we just squeeze them to infinity here. And I'm going to be more aggressive with the stop loss. I don't really want to see a bounce back up here. And I can almost hear you screaming to show the live P&L, so I will do that. Yeah, not the easiest of days, but I think I managed it just fine. Could have gotten a bit luckier and made more money, but like I said, I think yesterday, luck evens out over time, so we have been lucky this week at some points, So it's just normal that you get the reverse of that sometimes. So here's the push back up that I was talking about. This always happens when you reach these low levels. So like I said in the morning as well, if you like scalping, this is basically how you do it. You would drop to lower time frames and wait for a little bit of bounce, trying to anticipate the start of that bounce and just basically go long here and target just a few points and then get out quickly. Like here, you would get out here right above this wick. As you can see, some sellers stepped in immediately and so on. It's not for me though. I prefer my research and my planned entries. As you can see, we went back down immediately. So if you don't exit the scalp quickly, you're gonna get burnt. And this is why I don't really like it. It's a bit, I think it can get a bit too emotional. So once again, I think we have some trapped longs here. Basically people who didn't scalp and were thinking we're gonna bounce from here. So hopefully we squeeze them down, which is what I want to see. And I do have an ambitious target here. Which I'm not going to move, but I will move the stop loss at this point. Because I think that if we do return here, we are going higher, and there's no point in losing more. So I'm putting the profit on the line and giving it more than an ample chance. I mean, it's like 50 points profit here. So yeah, it's exactly 50 points profit. So if it goes completely against us, that's fine. It's a free trade, and I am targeting this level right here, which is right below this wick. Definitely can get there. Because if you went long here at previous day low, where are you putting your stop? Like if you're long from here or from here, where are you putting your stop? You're putting your stop here, you're putting your stop here, and you're putting your stop here. So I'm anticipating that all these guys are going to get taken out. Hopefully. Very close now. Need like 10 points, come on. You know what, I'm just going to take it. For 10 points I'm not going to do what I did it this morning. Although this morning was quite different because we didn't have this volatility. So with this volatility I'm probably more on the play it safe side. And now it's time to decide if I keep this swing open. I think I do. I think the DAX has been quite strong. If we do retrace here to this point that I had marked, I do think that it's a good chance we bounce back up. Probably left a bit of money on the table here, but with this volatility you can always see price go back in quite quickly, so I'm happy with my exits here. Just thinking if I should go here with my entry, or is it too far away at that point? Because if this is the move, if this is the top, and say this is the bottom, we are at around 50% retracement here, because this is where this move started. Or we could go a bit further up and say this is where the move started. Yeah, I guess we could go to 38.2 here. Be on the more safer side, because I do think that we might squeeze these guys a bit more. So the guys who got stuck here, who bought the low, we might squeeze them a bit lower. And if I don't get the fill, well, as you know, I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it. But yeah, I think this is a better entry. And then I can place my stop at the 23.6. But let me just see what that stop would be. Oh, this is well within our risk per trade. Yeah, that's fine. So I could probably go a bit higher here and a bit lower with the stop. Okay, this is fine. I'll leave it like this. If we get it, we get it. If not, it's fine. Didn't go much lower here, so again, I'm fine with the exit. Same here, I mean, would have been marginal. Sadly, gold does not want to play ball with us, making me regret that I didn't take the 1545 candle break. But that's how it goes sometimes. How much am I risking here? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so the next entry I'm looking at will be the fourth 15-minute bar in the SPX. So that candle will start forming in 2 minutes. So we're like 17 minutes out from that entry, and we'll see what happens until then. I'll pause you for now and bring you back when we're closer to an entry. Almost completing the fourth 15-minute bar in SPX. .24 bar. Would have to go like this to $2 per point. Not entirely sure here. Still considering it. Meanwhile, the gold trade is not looking great. Just have not been on the right side of gold today, has to be said. Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably skip this entry because I do not really like going just $2 per point and have basically 41 to like 15. So it would be like a 26 point stop loss for the SPX. It is a bit too large. But I mean, if I'm confident it works, then it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, I'm gonna take the long here. We're broken above it. And we're a bit over 0.5%, but just gonna target this, which is almost half of London range. And let's see. This is a very strong trigger that I've also researched a lot. So regardless of the size of the bar and the price action of today, I mean, I should still take it, even if it doesn't work. And it has been returning 25, 30 points even 40 points a few days ago. So it's definitely nothing too exaggerated. So it's a below 40 points, this target. So we can definitely see it. Let's actually go just a bit lower. Just the 1-to-1 R&R is fine. Let's see, because we're getting stopped out of gold here. Should have probably just closed it here, because I knew when we got back above this, it was pretty much over. But you kind of want to let your trade run, you know, even when you're wrong. So we didn't get a fill here in the DAX, and we've returned back into the range. That's fine. If we look at my exits here in both the DAX and the Dow, I think they were fine, and I explained my reasoning. So I think that's nice. If the indices are strong now, then not too bothered if I missed a fill here by moving the entry lower. Hopefully we just move higher and finish the day with a nice win, but let's see. I don't think we're getting a reprieve in gold here. But yeah, I'll pause you for now. I would also have another entry for the Nasdaq, but we'll see if we get there. If I still want to take it, it's the 7th 15-minute bar. Still some way to go until we get there. So I'll pause you for now, and we're probably going to get stopped out in gold when I see you again. So pausing for now. Time for an update. It's not looking great, but not looking terrible either. Saying that, we're in drawdown in both open trades, and I decided to not take the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this would be the 7th. I just think that I'm not going to take the short if it triggers, because it would trigger me opposite the SPX, and I think that's just not really good at this point. So there is a case to be made that I should go long here if we get there. Because it would be the break of the 7th 15-minute bar in the Nasdaq, which was on my list for today. but I'm not going to take the short. So yeah, and gold has had a little retracement, but we're far from being out of the woods here. Let me just clean up a bit here. And we'll stay on the 15-minute time frame. So yeah, letting these run. I'm gonna hang around for like 30 more minutes, and then if the trades aren't resolved, and I don't think they'll be, I'll just let them run, and I'll update you on Monday with how I exited. Because it's Friday, I'm not gonna spend the rest of the evening in front of the computer, but I'll hang around for like 30 more minutes. So pausing you for now. Last update of the day, so I did get stopped out in the SPX trade. Unfortunate. Just really wanted to double bottom and reverse. I also took the 7-15 minute in the NASDAQ. I decided to do it because it's a planned researched entry that is plus EV over time. So even if both of these didn't work today, I should still take them when they're favorable. So completely fine with that. Gold is just ranging now, so I'll just let these run. If this gets stopped out, and if this gets stopped out as well, I will end the day with a small loss, which is fine. Overall, it's been a great week, and looking forward to continuing grinding this account next week and hopefully get to that 10% target. So with that in mind, thanks for watching, and if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe, and I will continue to bring you daily videos with me trading this account. Of course, except Saturday and Sunday, I don't trade crypto and have no interest in doing that, so I will also only be trading from Monday to Friday, and hopefully next week we get even closer to the target. But yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, this isn't investment advice, just my journal and my thoughts and my personal trades. So thanks for watching, and see you next week. Bye bye. I'm recording this portion on the Saturday, so the day after. So unfortunately, we did get stopped out of the SPX trade. We were very close, but with the stop. But obviously, market just went below previous low, took the longs out, and then rallied. So it's a bit unfortunate, but that's how it goes sometimes. And then for the NASDAQ trade, I was hoping that if the market did dump here, this would act as a hedge. Of course, I was aware that there was an instance where I would be stopped out of both, which is what happened. But what's important to note here is that both of these trades were planned out and were placed according to my system and my strategy. And both entries right now are returning a profit over a period of time. So if you're wondering, well, why did you take these? Because you were up and you could have stopped here. Well, that's not how it works really. Yes, of course I could have stopped here and could have said, oh look, I was right not to take these entries, but the truth is that these entries are profitable. That means that they work over a period of time, but doesn't necessarily mean that they'll work every time, and actually they won't. So I'm perfectly fine with taking them. It didn't work out today. I'm also letting this swing trade run in gold. It's in a bit of drawdown right now, but that's fine. Kind of double topped here, so maybe we open lower on Monday and we finally reverse here. We'll see. This has shown quite a bit of strength here, so I wouldn't be that surprised now if we just break through this and make an attempt for the all-time high again. It's definitely within the realm of possibility, even when we look at this trend line now on the weekly, we're kind of breaking out of it. So we'll see. But yeah, I just wanted to make this extra clarification. Overall, very good first week. Had a lot of take profits, made a lot of nice trades, good trade management. Bit unfortunate to finish with 2 losses, but that's gonna happen. And yeah, see you next week. Hopefully we can keep growing this account.